Hey guys, so finally I have gathered all my thoughts regarding the Apache RTX. I have a lot of things to talk about. I did not hurry to put this review out because I realized while riding it that there's a lot more to process than just riding it for a few hours and then blabbering whatever comes to my mind, because I kind of realized that this is a very important motorcycle coming at a very interesting price point, and definitely you guys deserve a very thought out first impression. So yeah, so this is me. Got all my thoughts together, and let's talk about the Apache RTX. Yeah, so first things first, first impressions when you look at it. Wow, I mean, just look at it. I mean, they've got the design spot on. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying all sort of things about, inspirations from here and there. But yeah, it looks unique, it looks beautiful, and I love this green. I saw equal support for, I think, all color options. The green looks really nice in photos and up in person as well. Probably not so great when it gets all dirty, but definitely I think any angle this motorcycle looks good. And I saw a lot of interest for the white, I saw a lot of interest for the blue. Maybe the more subtle, the other colors, the brown, and probably not so much. But yeah, but I think there are takers for that as well who do not want bright colors and who want something really serious looking. Yeah, so looks, I think they got it 10 on 10. I mean, and build quality as well, there is nothing really to complain about, because we rode it close to maybe 130 kilometers across probably about 2-3 hours, and with brakes and everything. Hilly terrain, we had to ride slow, but we had some very bad terrain, and the bike was put through a lot, and good roads, bad roads. I mean, when I say good roads, I'm talking about hardly for a few kilometers, but the bike was put through a lot, and revved hard and kind of punished to see what all it can handle. But yeah, it handled it well. There is no extra rattles that came up. There are no uneasy sounds that came up from the bike. No plasticky feel when you sit on it. So yeah, I mean, build quality also TVS has nailed it. So I think that is also one part which is very important, because mostly what happens with when there is a lot of fiber part involved, the moment you sit on it, you hear that it's called squeaky, kinky sounds, and that ruins the experience. But yeah, this one you feel solid right the moment you sit on it. And even after abusing the bike for 130 kilometers, we're riding it hard, off-road, on-road, everywhere, and reaching beautiful places like this, it still sounded spot on. Hopefully that sort of thing remains 6 months down the ownership, 1 year down the ownership. It's too early to talk about all of that, but yeah, we pushed it, I pushed it, and it's still, and a lot of us, we were all talking, and we all had pretty much the same response after that. Now, I think the most important thing is that I'll get into the engine right away. So this is the new engine, the new 300cc engine that TVS has developed. A lot of people are saying, or kind of think that this is the 310 engine. No, this is a totally new engine. There is a lot of work gone into developing this, and it's a lovely engine. It's too perfect. Probably that's what I should say, because I'll put the specs up, and it'll be there in the description. I'm sure you guys know all the specs, but I'll talk about the experience. So when you expect a single cylinder engine, you have different expectations. Each engine is tuned for different ride types. Like for example, a street naked would be tuned for explosive power and that lively feel, and a cruiser would be tuned for more bottom end and probably not that high revving, and things like so. On an ADV, you kind of want a mix of both of those. You want a little bit of instant torque feel, and also that little bit of explosive power when you want to get out of situations, but also you want that high-end top speed also when you want to be on the highways and maintain good speeds. So TVS have done that. It doesn't feel what do you say? It doesn't feel explosive like a naked, and it doesn't, and has a lot of torque, available torque like a cruiser, and it can be at highway speeds. You can cruise at about 100-120 mark easily, depending on your styles of where you want to cruise at. But what they have done to this engine is that by making it very linear, it has become more beginner friendly than what do you say, a proper bike and engine that an enthusiast would like. So an enthusiast would like a little bit more exciting engine, right? They would want to open it up and immediately feel like, whoa. Probably that it's a bit too linear. So good thing for anybody who's upgrading from any smaller capacity bikes, and first time buyers of ADVs and things like that, they will feel absolutely comfortable on it, will not feel intimidated by it, and will have a whole lot of fun, and will be what do you say, super easy for them to get going on this motorcycle. Somebody who has got experience with nakeds and other things like that might feel the engine a little bit flat, because the torque curve is quite flat, and you don't get that. When you whack open the throttle, the vehicle moves. Yeah, of course, the vehicle flies, but you don't get that, oh my God, that sort of a feel. Yeah, so I wouldn't call it boring. So a lot of people in their reviews stated it as boring. No, it is not boring. It is just linear and always kept in control. Yeah, and of course, you have all sort of electronics doing its job as well, traction control, ABS, and all doing its job very well. So I wouldn't really think too much about it. I would suggest take a test ride and let me know what you think, if you feel the same way as well. Okay, now coming to riding comfort and ergonomics. Well, I think this is one of the few 300cc motorcycles that I have not felt like it disappears under me. Like for example, any naked bike, because I'm 5'11" and kind of bulky, and whenever I sit on an E300, even for the Duke 390, when I sit on it, I sort of feel like the bike suddenly becomes like a toy beneath me, because I'm kind of big. Of course, it's more to do with the image of me sitting on the bike, rather than more I'm thinking like, a big guy sitting on a small bike and it looks funny, because that is also important, right? You need to look good while sitting on the bike. Yeah. So for this on the RTX, even after me sitting on the bike, I felt it felt proportionate and big enough to me not dwarf the bike, and sort of it was the right proportion. So even for shorter riders, a lot of questions came regarding that, because the seat height is high. Need not be worried, because the vehicle is not that top heavy. Usually with ADV bikes, what happens is it becomes kind of top heavy, and you're kind of intimidated. So two things have happened here. One, they kept the throttle quite linear, and it's not intimidating. Second is that it is not that top heavy. Even with a full tank of fuel, you can easily manage, and even when you just flat foot with one leg down, it's absolutely fine, and things are in control. Because we were a huge group of riders of all heights, so I did get feedback from a lot of them that managing the weight, it's just about 180 kgs, right? It's not that heavy anyways, but even then, for an ADV, it's not at all heavy. So even then, people were quite comfortable with it, and even when we went through some tricky terrain, it was absolutely fine. And yeah, so regarding engine refinement and things, yes, there are some vibes, but these are not annoying vibes. It comes around the 4,000-5,000 RPM. I need to check it out on the highway, because I'm a little bit worried that these vibes might be in the sweet spot of where you'll be in that 100-120. If then it will be a bit annoying, because we didn't get much highway ride. We didn't get any good roads actually. So yeah, probably that is probably one place I need to check it out and get for a detailed review in real world conditions, right, where we ride every day. Then we'll know how the bike really performs. And yeah, apart from that, yeah, acceleration all feels good. Tires feel great. Initially, so I need to tell a little bit of a backstory. Initially, I felt the tires were a little bit off, and I was a bit worried. I'm like, why? And then when we had taken our first pit stop, I was with a bunch of guys, and we figured out that the guys who rode the bike earlier had tweaked up the suspensions to, we rode the BTO version, all of us, and had tweaked up the suspensions to extra soft, and because of that, I was not getting any feedback from the tire. So we stiffened it up a bit, more close to what is required for my weight, and immediately everything felt like 10x better. I was even more confident on the motorcycle. The tires felt even more planted and grippy. I exactly knew what was happening when I opened the throttle. So yeah, that was an eye opener, because I have not much experience in meddling with suspensions. Yeah, preload and this that and all, we do it, but I kind of thought the stock settings were enough for this short ride, because it's just going to be 2-3 hours of ride, and I thought it's going to be okay. I don't need to mess with the suspensions much, because it's a very tight thing and it takes some time to mess with all of this, right? But yeah, the first brake we got and we tightened it up a bit, and then immediately I could feel much better control from the motorcycle. I really want to try the base variant as well and see what the stock settings are. Of course, you won't be able to change, right? Only preload you'll be able to set on those. But yeah, but I want to check out that version as well. But I'm assuming that's going to be even more balanced, because this one somebody else had tweaked it far beyond what I would need. And yeah, immediately the connect with the bike, the tires and the road felt good. So if I would suggest get the BTO version, because it's a nice way to customize the bike to your weight, and the bike behaves so differently and beautifully the moment you set it up. Yeah, and now talking about how it behaves and handles on road, off road. On road, of course, like I said, since it's not that top heavy, it handles absolutely fine. We were in very narrow roads, and shifting from side to side was not a problem as well. So if that is some sort of an indication of how it will be to ride in traffic, it's going to be absolutely fine. You're going to have no issues with this. Off road, yeah, I usually take a little bit more time. I can't just hop on a motorcycle and be comfortable with it. I need a little bit more time to get used to it. I take more time to find my sweet spot. Like on every motorcycle, your sweet spot is going to be different, right? So I take a little bit time, but the good thing is that the ergonomics, the dynamics, the ground clearance, the tires, the suspensions are all so well set up that you can start pushing it if you immediately and feel comfortable with it. So I feel this is going to be a very friendly motorcycle for just about anybody to get about and start going and start riding on those big tours without being intimidated by or feeling intimidated and thinking that it is too big and it's going to be bulky. No, it's a very manageable, easy to manage motorcycle. Yeah, so in terms of features, it's got a whole lot of stuff. I think the most important is that the adjustable suspensions. The quick shifter is not the mechanical one which we are used to on the RTR 310 and the Apache RTX. This is the sensor based one which we've seen on the new Pulsar NS. So it's going to be it's a little bit not as perfect as a quick shifter, standard quick shifter, but yeah, does the job. And anyways, you're not going to be chasing lap times with this sort of a motorcycle, right? I mean, so it's fine. And I think there's going to be a little bit of learning curve to find out how and what the sweet spot for that quick shifter is. And once you get that done, it should be fine. Yeah, so this is my quick thoughts on the Apache RTX. Nothing really to be worried about. I would suggest go for the BTO variant. The seats are good. The base variant also is a good deal if you just want a no-nonsense motorcycle, you just want to get on it and start riding. Definitely a couple of headlight features and connected features. The map mirroring, I still feel that's not yet ready for proper use, because you still need to keep your phone on. Not really worth it. I would rather just keep my phone then. This is one motorcycle that can do it all. Probably except for a track day, you can probably take this motorcycle everywhere, use it daily, and going to have a lot of fun with it. And it's quite fuel efficient too, in case you were wondering. So we were riding mostly in second, third, fourth gear and up the hills, down the hills and everything, and combined it was showing close to 32 kilometers on the live mileage. So that itself is a big deal. So yeah, that's my first thoughts on the Apache RTX. Let me know if you have a question below. I'm sure I missed a few points, but yeah, drop a comment and I'll immediately get back to you. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, I have some cool photographs of the Apache RTX on the website, imabiker.com. It's along with the review. So check that out if you want some images, or if you want some phone wallpapers, just drop me a message on Instagram at imabiker.com and I'll send you all the photos. All right, see you guys. Thanks for watching.